Welcome back to Living Local. Our next stop in our Parks Near Me tour brings us to rural Scott County. We're at Lost Grove Lake, which actually didn't exist 10 years ago. In this segment, sponsored by R&R Sports, we're learning more today from Nick Rocca. He's with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, you bet.
So it's just so peaceful out here. Give us some history on how this lake came to be.
Yep, Lost Grove Lake was actually identified in an effort to improve lake impoundments across the state in about the mid-1980s. Recreational type lakes were kind of lacking in south central to eastern Iowa. And so it was identified in an effort to kind of create more recreational opportunities for people. Once this area was kind of established as a suitable area, in 1987 a feasibility study was done. Once that feasibility study was done on this area, in 1988 land acquisition actually began with willing sellers in the area and was completed in 2003. From there, construction on the lake started in 2010, and in 2012 fish were actually stocked in the lake, and that gave us our Lost Grove Lake, 1,700 acre wildlife management area with a 400 acre lake within it.
Yeah, so it's not very old.
No, it's pretty new. Yep.
So where exactly can people find Lost Grove Lake if they're not familiar with this place?
Yep, so we're just northeast of the Quad Cities. So if you went up near Eldridge, Iowa, we're roughly 6 miles east of Eldridge. Lost Grove Lake roughly sits between Princeton, Iowa and Eldridge, Iowa. So depending on where you're coming from the Quad Cities, you might have a 15 to 30 minute drive to get here.
Okay. And this has become quite the destination for fishers.
Yep.
What kind of fish do you stock here at the lake then?
Yep, if you're coming out to fish, whether you're looking for anything that's biting or you're targeting a specific fish species, the lake does have bluegill, red ear sunfish, largemouth bass, and black crappie. As well, our fisheries staff do stock walleye, muskie, and channel catfish just to kind of maintain those fish species populations in the lake.
So quite the variety.
Yep.
So where can people actually access the lake?
Yep, if you're coming from the Quad Cities, you can take Highway 61 north until you reach the town of Eldridge, take the LeClaire Road exit, and then you would go east on LeClaire Road, east out of Eldridge, until you reach 220th, 230th, or 240th Avenues. On any one of those roads, you can take a left and head north, and you'll find lake access there. At 220th, 230th South access, and 240th, there's actually boat ramps and boat launches for you. If you go to any one of those locations, there's shoreline access for fishing throughout all those areas as well.
Okay, and so we see a lot of fishermen out here today. It is a beautiful day, but is there anything else here to do besides fish?
Yep, so this is a wildlife management area.
Okay.
So hunting is allowed depending on what season is open. So it's not uncommon for people to come out here and pheasant hunt, deer hunt, dove hunt, and some waterfowl hunting. Aside from hunting and fishing, this is a popular spot for people to also come out here and hike throughout the property and do bird watching and just other various outdoor activities such as kayaking. Stand-up paddle boards have become very popular. And if you're not fishing, you still have a boat, people still are allowed to come out and operate their boats on Lost Grove Lake. However, regardless of whatever size motor you have, it's a no-wake lake, so you have to operate at 5 miles an hour or less when you're out on the water.
Okay, still a good time and still plenty to do, for
Yep.
sure. Are there any future plans for Lost Grove?
Yep, our future plans are basically to maintain our existing infrastructure and habitat throughout the property. Our wildlife staff does a great job maintaining the property for hunting. Fisheries wise, to basically monitor and maintain our fish populations within the lake, and also to provide more waypoint finding signs so people are able to navigate out here a little easier, as well as maintain and improve our ADA access throughout the lake here. As well, we do have a partnership with Scott County and Scott County Parks, and they help us maintain the property and do a great job. So really just kind of focusing on those areas, provide everybody with a safe and fun place to recreate.
Yeah, for sure, and it's quite popular for the fishermen out here today, and I'm sure for hunters as well. It's just a beautiful place to be. Nick, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Again, this segment was sponsored by R&R Sports. See what fishing supplies they offer at rnrsportsinc.com. And if you want to learn more about Lost Grove Lake, you'll find more information at iowadnr.gov. And we'll also have that information for you at ourquadcities.com.